Beyond the barren desert of Sumeru and across the vast expanse of Natlan lies Teyvat's equivalent of the Mariana Trench. For a second time. Yep, this space between Natlan and the Easybreeze Holiday Resort is Genshin Impact's second excessively large underwater trench. And just like its bro over in Inazuma, it's weird. Although this time around, it's a trench that may be holding a secret. Let's get to exploring the Natlan Trench. Honestly, surprised to find myself exploring another one of these. Never thought they'd add a second. Like walking through the Sumeru Desert. One of the first things I noticed is that there's no sudden deadly drop. Those intrepid explorers who have stumbled upon the Inazuma Trench most likely instead stumbled into it. Because, yeah, the land just drops like this. Not the case in Natlan. On either side is a large hill that leads up to the surface. So that you can see what we're working with, here's a view of the trench during a skybox change, where the depth of it is highlighted. The second thing I noticed, yeah, this place has random terrain blotches too. There are a few solid black textures within the flat part of the trench. I also saw rock and dirt textures alongside the sprawling sand. But it's the pitch black that's always so mysterious, since it's not a texture ever used within normal map boundaries. Had I a chance to interview a dev, these colorful trenches would be my first inquiry. What's that up there? Some sort of beacon? And is that a crack in the land? Wouldn't be the first time I've seen such a thing out of bounds. No, it was a reflection off a ridge. Talk about shiny. Which means that up this glossy hill, that lone spike sticking out of the ground is our beacon. What in the world causes something like this to appear in a place that's nothing but large hills and plains? It's outside the Paimon barrier, just barely. Otherwise, I'd totally climb it. Well, besides what I've already covered, I didn't find any other interesting landmarks. There are no stripes going up hills like in Inazuma's. No murderous storm or fog flag that teleports you away. No end goal like breaking into a locked nation. All of which is to say that this place is far less exciting than Inazuma's Trench. Not necessarily a bad thing, still always neat to explore these areas, because it's only by doing so that you have experiences like the entirety of Teyvat vanishing beneath your feet. Technically not part of the trench, this happens near Villa Goitzli. I digress. At the beginning, I mentioned this trench may be holding a secret. What do I believe hints at that? You've actually been looking at it for a bit now. Did you notice it's raining? More importantly, did you notice that within the flat of the trench, it's been raining non-stop? That's not how rain works in Genshin Impact. Random rain encountered across the world passes after time, which one can force by using the adjust time feature. That doesn't happen here. It's a perpetual rain. In other words, it's been placed here and is not a random phenomenon. Also notice that early morning and evening blend with the rain, creating a really neat scene for taking photos. Not sure if that's unique to this location or if it's a Natlan thing, because I'm not sure I've ever seen it rain in Natlan until now. Anyways, most players will never see this. Unless you decide to walk across the entire trench, it'll go unseen. If you want to experience it yourself, you can take a Saurian out there. However, it only works if you take a Saurian from the east side of the trench. If you try to take one from the Easybreeze Holiday Resort, it'll eject you from indwelling. Taking characters like Farina or Kaya east from the resort is quicker, since the special rain zone is just beyond the shore. So, what are the devs cooking here? I checked below the map, but couldn't find any hidden areas this mechanic might be tied to. It's possible said area is invisible like that one in Fontaine, and I simply missed it. But I'm leaning more towards something appearing above water in the future, perhaps as part of the Easybreeze Holiday Resort quest, in which case, it won't be long until we see it. That's wild speculation, of course, as this could be anything from a leftover test mechanic to a dev thinking it'd just be cool to make it rain endlessly in an area most players will never visit. Regardless, it's kinda cool that the second trench also gets endless rain. So much nicer without the Shogun homing in on you with bolts of lightning. That's the Natlan Trench. If you enjoyed, do make sure to subscribe. This is Moosashi, signing off. Till next time.